Hey guys, what's going on? I haven't done a video in quite a while. Today's video is not a mail call. It is going to be a slab review. I've tried to accumulate as many different kinds as I possibly get my hands on. American, I haven't gotten any of the European ones, which is Vault and the European Grading Company. I don't have those. And I think there's one more too. But anyway, so I didn't get any of those because obviously it doesn't matter. We're in the States. But I tried to get as many as I could. I got PGX, I got CBCS, CGC, and Comic Skin. Don't have any of the cases. Ultra Pros, I believe, they're really blocky. They're like big baseball card cases, but for comics. I saw some when I was on vacation in Florida. I didn't care for them at all, just because they're so freaking bulky. But anyway, I'll try to keep this as short as I can and still give you guys as much information as I possibly can. This is going to be a review that gives you my personal opinion as far as which cases I think are designed better. Not so much for resale. That is a whole ball of crazy that I won't get into because everybody has their own personal preference. The majority of people trust CGC for resale value purposes. They'll get the highest amount of money. CBCS is slowly creeping up on them from what I've learned. PGX they're still bottom of the totem pole, and they probably will be for a really long time unless they get their act together. Comic Skin is a personal thing. You can't the resell, and that's nothing. It's not gonna up anything. So anyway, without further ado, I will start out with, and not all of these are mine. One of them I acquired from a buddy of mine, James. He lent me his CBCS case, and I'll try to give you the years on when they came out too, because I know some companies have changed their case shape, thickness, and whatnot over the past few years. So this is a Do You Poo. It's a signed one. I'm not really caring about all the label details and all that stuff so much, as much as just the quality and how it feels. But this is a CBCS case. It was signed in 2016, so the case is within the past couple of years. It's sturdy. I like it. I don't have like actual thickness measurements. Maybe I should have done that, but I didn't. They have little edgings on the back, so if you want to stack them on top of the other and put them in a box, they'll fit no problem. I mean, it feels sturdy enough. Kind of, I don't know. I mean, I could almost stick my finger in the side here. Like I could separate this and stick my finger in there if I wanted to. So that doesn't, to me, it doesn't bode too well. But I'm not a huge professional on slabs, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. As far as, it's just my personal opinion. So don't take it to the bank by any means. But I mean, it's okay. I know CBCS, like I said, is creeping up on CGC. CGC is still the king of resale pricing, but I wouldn't consider CBCS out of the game. But anyway, so this one, like I said, this one's within the past couple of years. It feels pretty good. It's definitely thin enough that you could stack a bunch in a box, no problem. The next one I have is a CGC case. So it happens to be this one I bought off of eBay a little while ago, just because this is one of the favorites of McFarlane covers that I like. This one I can't find a date on, since there's no signature. I don't know when this case came out. But it is a freaking beast. I mean, it is seriously heavy duty stuff here. I like how solid this thing is. The sidewalls don't split apart like the CBCS case I had there. I mean, this is kind of a brick. It has a weird, like the edging in here dips down further than the other one. so it's got a nice little lip to it. So I guess if you wanted to display it or hang it somewhere, I know people are using the two fingered wall hangers that dinner plates and stuff like that go on, and they stretch them across the back, and then the fingers go on either side, which are great for these cases. It minimalizes what's hanging it up. Let's see, is there a date on this? No, I don't see one. So I don't know if any of you guys know when this one came out. Please, say it in the replies. But this case is great. I love it. It's super heavy duty. It's just super ass thick, and it's some good stuff. Yeah, there's no splitting. If anybody was to tamper with this thing, you would know fast. The label is inside the plastic, whereas I think a couple of these other ones over here, the label is like a sticker stuck on top. So you really can't tamper with this thing at all. It's nice. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of, like I said, slabbing. CGC, they're the most expensive as far as I've seen, but I can see why. If I were to send off and get this kind of case done, this definitely would be one that I would want. Excuse me. All right, so I have another CGC case. This one is one I got in a trade a while ago. This one is it was signed by Larson in 2015, so it is, again, within the past couple of years. It doesn't look like this is the one where CGC was having problems with those Newton swirls or whatever they're called. So, but it's thinner. It's much thinner. The plastic from top to bottom is a complete smooth surface, whereas this one, the surface, this whole label part is kind of raised up a little bit in its own bubble, and then it dips down to a big square pocket. So there's two different layers. This layer here, and then this layer up here. This one is all one smoothness. There's a lip running around the whole inside, which I am assuming fits the edging on the outside here. But again, I mean, it's still fine. It's not as sturdy as the other one that I just had. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of like give to the sidewall, and it doesn't seem to have any. So that's still a good thing. I don't know how they seal these up, but I mean, it's pretty even. The pocket that it's in is real nice. The label is, it is what it is. It tells you everything you need to know. But it's lighter. It's a lot thinner. My personal thing is, if you're going to get something sealed, you want it sturdy enough that if you do happen to drop it or it falls off the wall or whatever the deal is, you don't want it to break. This feels like it might have the potential to break if it dropped. So you kind of have to be a little bit more careful with it. This is one of the ones where they have the sticker on the outside, so you could kind of pick at it if you wanted to, I guess. Although there's a slight little pocket that it sits in. So, but this one's from a couple years ago. Like I said, if anybody knows when this one came out or knows the design year, please let me know, because these things are freaking crazy. And then I have this one, which is, let's see, this is another CGC. You know what? I think this is the same design. Although the inner pocket is a little different. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but you can't see the whatever the Mylar is pocket in there. You can't see really much of anything as far as indications. But this one, like I said, I don't know when this one was done. There's no 2006. So this is an older shell. Still similar design, but and the sticker's on the top again, and inside of a little pocket. It's still smooth from top to bottom with the little lip. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a kind of a lip on the inside pocket in here where you can see where it's holding the comic in place. which is kind of interesting. So they must have come up with a better design that doesn't show off, like, I mean, so when you're looking at the back, it doesn't look so goofy, but it's still the same outer case. Still thin, light. There's no real separation with the sidewalls here, so you can't go cracking it open without messing it up somehow. I'm sure there's guys out there who have figured it out, but for the scammers or whatever. So that's nice. I do have a PGX case, and I actually have two cases. I'll show you the older one first. I purchased some cases that had already been opened and the comics had been taken out, and somebody was just selling empty cases for the guys who wanted to. This was way before I found Comic Skin, so I bought a couple just to throw some randoms in there. Thankfully, I bought a couple of them so I could kind of mess with them. This one is an older case. I don't know what comic came out of it, but it just barely fits my Italian 300, which is much thicker. It has like 2 or 3 different stories in it. Made out my own label. It, again, has a lip. All of these have these like little lips on the back, so when you're stacking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they've got a little, they connect together. The front end, again, is all smooth. There's no unevenness. When you crack this case, there's 4 pins, so there's nothing really holding this together, although I ran a little piece of tape on the sides just to hold it in place, so nothing slid around, and created my own Mylar pocket on the inside. These cases, the old PGX cases, I gotta say, are pretty heavy duty. If they were sealed correctly, professionally, however they do it, they would be pretty beastly. I mean, they're something that I could probably drop on the ground and not worry about cracking or breaking or anything. They display real nice. All of these display nice. I don't really have a complaint about any of them. Very clean looking. I mean, it's I got no complaints over this. The next one I have is a new PGX case with the new label. This is one that I submitted myself personally. First comic I ever submitted, and it is with their new label information. It came back in 9.0. I thought I picked out a decent one, but after looking at it now, I see a couple of imperfections that I probably should have picked out beforehand, but whatever. So anyway, the label on this one is fairly clean. It's, I don't know, it's kind of boring looking. I think they should have spiced it up just a tiny little bit, but I mean, it does what it's supposed to. It tells you all the information you need on it, and and it tells you when it was graded. That's cool. I do like that. So they have the grading date on there, so you know when it was and what case that it's in. That's slick. I like that. So anyway, the design of this, again, smooth all the way on the front. It has a lip on the front, which hooks onto the back in case you're stacking them. Very clean. The pocket inside, you can see it, but it's minimal. The label on the back tells you who it is, pgx.com. Nice advertising. This one again, though, they've got this sticker on the top, and I can actually feel it with my finger. It's kind of a papery sort of label, which is, to me, that's crap. I don't like that. But I mean, it's sealed tight, man. This bugger is not flinching. Anybody who's going to try to crack it open is going to have a hell of a time not making a mess. So, I mean, it's a solid case. I like it. It's not as thick as the older case, but it's still pretty damn thick. It feels like it's a little thicker than the CGC case. I don't know if you guys can... It looks like it's just a... I don't know, man. It almost looks like it's the same thickness as the old one. But it fits nice. It fits almost perfectly with the other one. So maybe it's just a cleaner version. Design pretty much looks the same. Although the label the label area is bigger, so they did change that. So, that's cool. All right, the last one that I have is the comic skin case, which, if any of you guys have seen my videos, you know I love these things. Self-slabbing. Pretty much you can put almost anything in here, minus the super thick foreign ones. Small trades probably won't fit. I had to squeeze this Mexican one in here. I had to kind of self-alter a Silver Age pocket Mylar bag, and to get it to work. But it worked, and we're all good. Made my own label. The only thing that I don't like about these cases are the top hinges. I know there's no way around it. That's how you are able to open it up and, you know, put a new comic back in it. I understand that. Maybe if they were to take this off and use the bumpers as a top too, you know, just sandwich it in, bumper it, you're good to go. That would make it real clean and smooth. But other than that, I have no complaints about these cases. I think these things are pretty solid too. Obviously, there's no separating on the sides or the bottom. The top, again, because the hinges don't come apart. You can make your own labels or have somebody make them for you. Matt made mine. They're a little bit more flexible than all of these cases because the plastic is just a scotch thinner, but they still feel pretty solid. After having played around with all of these cases, I think my favorite is going to be this one, because it's just, to me, I'd rather be safe than sorry, and as far as I'm concerned, this case is crazy thick. It's designed perfect. I mean, everything about it is awesome. Real clean. And when I said that this sticks up, this is sunk in, so it's actually pushed out this way. I don't know. I just like it. I like the whole style and design of all this. It's all in the top part right here. I mean, if this isn't the new case, then they should go back to this, because I really dig this one. This one's slick. But so I have to say that that's my favorite case out of all of them, the CGC. My newest case from PGX is, you know, these cases are probably second, just because, again, the thickness, the reassurance that, you know, that nothing's going to happen to it. The CBCS, honestly, is probably the worst. I don't like the way the sidewalls can come apart. Maybe it's just that case. I don't know. It's fairly new. But this one is probably, it's pretty high up there. These things, they're great. So, I mean, you know, I take all that information I gave you for what it is. That one CGC case is my favorite. The PGX case, as far as if you're sending stuff away, is like a really close second. The CBCS case is the comic skin one. I like them. I'll probably end up getting some more because I can put my own stuff in them. So, you know, I mean, if you're mailing stuff away, as you're sending stuff away to just encapsulate and you don't care about the grade, you can either go comic skin and get your case right away and come up with whatever grade you want, or you can go PGX and have it displayed and never open it. Doesn't matter what the grading's going to be because PGX is so far down there, you're never going to, don't do it for resale. CGC is the highest. Resale, obviously. CBCS, I mean, I'm not too happy with their cases. But, again, that might just be this one. It might be all of them. I don't know. I was only able to get my hands on one. So, I guess I'll probably just stick with comic skin, or if I want, I'll send stuff again to PGX. I don't care. It only took them a month to get the comic back. I have no complaints over it. Like I said, I tried to pick out a comic that was the highest one that I had. I missed a couple of things. Very couple of small spine ticks and one little dirty spot. And they graded a 9.0. So I don't know if they're upping, like if they're upping their game with the grading, if they're really strict. I'm not a grader, so I don't know. I tend to undergrade things, and I don't know. So maybe they're improving. I couldn't tell you, but anyway, I'm happy with it. So it's okay. But I guess I'll save all my foreign stuff for CBCS because they're the most accurate with their foreign research. CGC, I don't know. It's it is what it is. So anyway, take all that info, do what you want with it. Hopefully this helped you and didn't confuse the crap out of you. I apologize. I didn't rehearse this or anything, so it was just kind of off the cuff. But that's it, guys. Hope you have a good one, and hope you stuck around to the end. Take care. Peace.